Well, after a contentious day in Washington yesterday, it appears Brett Kavanaugh will be confirmed as the country's next Supreme Court justice.
A final vote on the controversial nominee is expected this afternoon.
Well, you are looking live right now at a picture from the Senate floor where Democrats are continuing to voice their opposition to Kavanaugh.
As KCAL 9's Henna Doba shows us, Kavanaugh's Supreme Court seat looks locked in after two key lawmakers signaled their support for him.
Our highest court.
Susan Collins ended weeks of Supreme Court drama in the Senate with these words.
I will vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh.
In a 43-minute speech Friday, the moderate Republican said she reviewed Brett Kavanaugh's judicial record and also pored over the FBI inquiry and testimony of Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, who accused Kavanaugh of sexual assault when both were teenagers. But at the end of the day, she said the certainty wasn't there.
The four witnesses she named could not corroborate any of the events.
Moments later, lone Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia said he too will vote to confirm Kavanaugh. He struggled to be heard over protesters.
I looked at what was in front of me and I had to make a decision. I really did.
Alaskan Senator Lisa Murkowski was the only Republican to say she opposed Kavanaugh.
A judge should act at all times in a manner that promotes public confidence.
Even with Kavanaugh's confirmation all but certain, diehard senators argued through the night to a mostly empty Senate chamber.
Is he fit to be a jurist in the place where we have said justice in our country occurs?
We cannot set a standard of guilty until proven innocent, because then anybody can make any charge at any time.
If confirmed, Kavanaugh could be seated on the high court in the coming week. Henna Doba for KCAL 9 News.
And it's now time to bring in Claremont McKenna College professor Jack Pitney again back for a closer look at today's vote. Now, one of the interesting things to me, Professor, was we heard from Senator Susan Collins of Maine, and we know that she says she's pro-choice, and she had a closed-door conversation with Judge Kavanaugh, who she says made her feel comfortable enough that he would not overturn Roe v. Wade, and that in part pushed her over the edge. What are your thoughts on that, Professor?
Well, she was reading a lot into what he told her. She asked him about overturning a long-established precedent. She asked, well, would a 5-4 vote be sufficient? And according to her, he said no. The question is, does he regard Roe v. Wade as settled law? And what would happen if it were, say, a 6-3 vote, if Trump gets another Supreme Court nomination, as could happen in the next couple of years? Those are open questions. So it's by no means locked in that he would vote to uphold Roe v. Wade. In fact, his record suggests us just the opposite. Therefore, there's a little bit of rationalization to her position there.
Interesting.
You know, she did mention during her speech yesterday that she believed Dr. Blasey Ford, and so many others have said that they believe her. They felt she was credible, yet they still voted in favor of Kavanaugh. Why do you think it is that they believe her, yet they're still willing to vote for him?
Well, they're trying to appease public opinion. They're looking at the polls showing a lot of people believe her, believe she told the truth. So they said, yes, we believe her, but well, maybe she's mistaken. Maybe she got her details wrong. Maybe it really wasn't Kavanaugh. This is an effort to square the circle, to appease both sides in public opinion. Ultimately, it comes down to partisanship, Republicans supporting the Republican nominee, Democrats opposing him.
I also heard an interview from former Justice Stevens saying that he felt going into this that he may have been inclined to be in favor of Kavanaugh in the Supreme Court, but after the testimony that his temperament did not sit well with him, and that he wasn't so sure that he had the temperament fit to be on the Supreme Court.
And what's interesting there is Justice Stevens drew a distinction between Kavanaugh and Clarence Thomas. During his confirmation hearings, he also was very vigorous and very angry, but key distinction is that Thomas did not make a partisan issue. He didn't talk about Democrats the way Kavanaugh did. Kavanaugh also mentioned, well, this is revenge for the Clintons, and that added a partisan dimension that was not present before, and that's something that Stevens' notice and objected to.
Well, if today's vote goes as expected, what do you think that the first day on the job will be like for Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh?
Well, in terms of doing the job, it's going to be a very easy transition for him. He was a Supreme Court clerk, knows the building, he knows where the bathrooms are, and he's been an appellate court judge, he knows the issues, so he's going to be able to get up to speed very, very quickly.
With about 4 weeks to go before the midterm elections, what do you think this means for Republican and Democratic candidates?
Well, it depends on the state. In some states, this is energizing the Republicans. Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota announced that she was voting against Kavanaugh, in part because she's down so far. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. But in the level of House elections, we see Democrats being energized. So this may help some Republicans in Senate races, but overall, it could help Democrats in House races.
Interesting.
And we keep saying, you know, it's expected, but is there any chance that something could change and he could not end up?
Well, as we learned on election night 2016, there are surprises in politics. It's theoretically possible. There's no rule that says that senators have to vote today the way they voted yesterday. But that would be extraordinarily unlikely. In all likelihood, Brett Kavanaugh will be confirmed today.
All right. Thank you, Professor, for your insight, as always. It was great to have you with us here this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. And remember to stay with KCAL 9 throughout the morning for continuing coverage of the vote on Judge Kavanaugh.